Hello, who's your fans, who's your haters, and everyone in between. This is the Crimson Coliseum podcast. On today's episode, it's gonna be a little bit different from my usual ones. I'm gonna talk about my time being up in Bloomington for homecoming for the IU Nebraska game, which was an absolute fantastic game, and I just want to talk about my whole journey with that. So, graduated in May, and during the banquet, the Marching Hundred banquet in December. I got the alumni hat and I got my hoard and blanket and everything that goes along with the alumni stuff. And basically, that was the first stop to really get me going and doing this alumni band thing because I don't know how long I'm going to be able to do it. And the star here represents a year that I've done the alumni band. So I've only done it for 1 year, but this whole journey was fantastic. I was in July or August that I actually got registered for it, and I was doing the homecoming parade on Friday and the actual game on Saturday. Just for start off for the weekend, Thursday, I had work at Puma and that closing shift. So after that got done, I drove 2.5 hours from Nashville to Evansville and spent the night at a family member's house in Evansville. And then in the morning at about and like that drive Nashville at night is actually not that bad. Pretty easy. Not many people on the road. But in the morning, I think it was around 8:30, I left Evansville and went up to Bloomington. I mean, it was a good 2-hour drive. And I met a couple of my good friends, Alan and Eleanor. You've seen Eleanor on the podcast. Alan's a trombone player. Met at Mother Bear's. Just had a good lunch together. Just talked about how things are going with them. Just enjoying time. Learn a little bit more about their show. And they ranted a little bit, but sometimes you just got to yap to each other. Like this is a whole big yap session, honestly. But after that, just went over to the college mall, see what they had to kill more time. Well, actually, no. Before I went there, I went over to Jack's house to drop off my stuff and get ready for alumni band homecoming parade. And I killed some time over at College Mall and then went over to the homecoming parade. In the homecoming parade, basically what I did was I just played a little bit beforehand. Um, so we played. So got there, got to meet some of the other trombones because they were all getting ready for their actual performance where they had to march but from 13th Street in Woodlawn to 17th in Woodlawn, which is a lot better than what it used to be, which was the whole set of blocks. It was like started 17th of Woodlawn, went up to 13th. I think it was 13th. I could be wrong. Someone have to correct me on that. 13th all the way to Fee to Woodlawn and Woodlawn back. I thought it was the other way around. One of the two, but I think it was Fee to 17th. It was like Woodlawn 13th, Fee 17th. That sucked. And high stepping fight in IOI was painful. That was not a good time. But it was a lot easier route for them. And well, with my knee, I really couldn't join them in the homecoming parade itself. But we played before the parade started. So we played um, IOI. Just trying to think of played IOI. Start Me Up, which is a bit popular crab band tune. Bang on the Drum All Day. Hey Baby. Um, and we played Panama. Um, Zombie. Uh, Seven Nation. I know we played another song. I just can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. But that's basically what we played for, and also Fight too. But there's another song that I just can't think of right now. It was like before, it was after Hey Baby. But with Hey Baby, the trombones usually sing to other people. So me and Zach, who was a senior my freshman year, and then did another year as a fifth year finished as a fifth year senior. We went over to the trombones whenever we rehearsed, and then went over to one of the other graduated trombones that couldn't do alumni band, Josh, during the actual performance. So on the steps of 100 Hall too, that's where it was at. So it was really fun. After that was done, me, Josh, and Jack, right? Yeah, we went over to Kirkwood, had canes, and just got ready to for Saturday. And heading into Saturday, got up at 4:45. Jack woke me up at 4:45. Got ready, left the house at 5:30, and did a 30-minute walk from his house to 100 Hall, mainly because it was $50 to park, and I was not doing that. Come on. It was originally 10, then a couple of days later, it got up to 50, which I get there's a lot of people there, but come on now. But got there around 6, got my new jacket, um, got breakfast, which was two ham and cheese croissants from Bloomington Bagel Company, I believe. It was from them. I think they catered everything for an alumni band. And then we just got ready to do our performance. So we did some basic stuff with the alumni band, some speeches, and then Dr. Pratt conducted all Alive Again by Chicago, and then Material Girl by Madonna, and then Sing Sing Sing. So that was a really good time. That was a good rehearsal, I think. And then it was just a good time. And then got to see Allison and Lindy again. Lindy was a trombone my senior year, and then you guys obviously met Allison before. She's been on here before. And then we all went down to the practice field, which is by Mellencamp, to meet up with the 100 and get our stuff, get ready to practice on the field what we did in 100 Hall, and met up with Katie, who's another one from my trombone from my graduating class. She was just tailgating. And then we did all of the practicing that we needed to, did a couple reps of the material. And I really like I know I said it before, I really like the new pregame with the faster back home again, fight being different. Definitely splitting the I instead of going from I in the word Indiana to splitting the I is a lot safer because that was a mess, at least my senior year. It was definitely a much more mess than usually was. And then after that, we got to go to the walk, which the walk is always a great time to play at. But this time it was actually really fun to see in person. And if I'm able to go to the IU Purdue game this year, I'm definitely gonna try. We're gonna try to get there early so I can go to the walk. But um, got to do that. Walk was great. It always is. Um, Liking a lot of the new tunes they have. Kind of wish they kept Loins, but well. Ah, well. Loins was super hard. I totally get why they cut it, but it was not ever going to be clean. But I wanted it because it was hard. I like doing it. Um, but just really was a really good time doing that. And then we went over to have lunch, which was another thing by Bloomington Bagel Company. It was like a bagel sandwich. I had like it was ham, lettuce, cheese, had a cookie, and some water. It was really good. Shout out Bloomington Bagel Company for having really good catering. Um, Everyone got ready for the game. Some people were there because they were at Big Noon Kickoff, which I think was the second or third time we've had Big Noon Kickoff in Bloomington. The first time is because Indiana's been good, but the other two times is because they wanted to have Ohio State and Michigan there. So first time it's really been that good. And then next week we got College Game Day, which is the first time College Game Day is going to be there on a Saturday. Because like the only time they've been there was IU Ohio State on a Thursday to kick off the season, and that's gonna be exciting. Hopefully, hopefully the band just goes crazy with them. Just has a great time with them. I wonder how the field goal thing's gonna work. Maybe go through the uprights disassemble gates. And people are like wondering where they're gonna go and who's the guest picker. My prediction, I would love for them to be at Showalter Fountain because Showalter Fountain's a really beautiful part of campus. Like have them like facing the IU auditorium, Showalter Fountains behind them, and well, maybe not. It's hard because but then there's sample gaze, but that's gonna be hard logistically. But the fans are gonna be easier to see. That's a weird thing. And then guest picker, I don't think it's gonna be Joe Buck because I saw like a thing on Twitter that he got fourth in voting. I feel like it's either gonna be Mellencamp. They're probably gonna try to get Mellencamp again, have back-to-back weeks of Mellencamp, or it's gonna be Cuban or Schwarber. I feel like if it was ever gonna be a men's basketball player, it should be Trace Jackson Davis because Taven's gonna be starting. But I understand why Trace is not gonna. If the Warriors were playing in Indiana early in the season, I would 100% support it because it'd only be an hour trip away. But because that's not the case, it's just not going to be possible because they're in Utah the first on Wednesday on Friday, and then back home in San Francisco on Sunday. So that's going to be extremely hard, especially for a guy like Trace that's trying to start on this Warriors team. I think it's important for him. It's more important for him to just stay with them instead of going to Bloomington. Even though I'd really support. I would love for him to be there. Um, yeah. With that, just going right back to the game. We do a little march to the stadium. But we do the march to the stadium and the alumni band's behind the 100. And that's always fun to do. My knee really wasn't. If you didn't know, I had meniscus surgery in July. It's been off and on. I'm still feeling pain in it, but was able to do the march to the stadium with all the choreography and everything like that. Sober Up was really, really hard. And if you've seen Sober Up, you can understand why. But it was really fun. It's always fun to do that. And then we get into the stadium and we go through the weight room instead of like we go through the weight room right before we get kicked off because they use because for homecoming they start pregame early about they start like 6 minutes early I think to give alumni band enough time to play their two songs. So it was about 24 minutes on the clock. Here Maxwell Jahowski, the drum major, whistle. We hear his whistle. We get ready. Um, and that was loved the new pregame. Pregame was sounding awesome. Russell P. Harker has all of the has the pregame and the show from this week. So make sure to check that out. And then going from there, we did our songs. They all went pretty well. Then we left, got ready to go to the seats. That was a little bit of a cluster. Just everyone was just trying to get in, and it was just it was just stressful a little bit. Then the game kicks off. We lose the coin toss again. When we've only won the kick, the team IU football's only won the coin toss once of the season, I think. I think I was like Charlotte or no, it wasn't Charlotte. I think it was Western Illinois was the only one where we won the coin toss. It was one of those two or UCLA. One of those three. But the game goes fantastic. First half, you'll love to see it. I didn't see Rourke's injury, but I think it was the Omar Cooper catch was where he injured it. I think. Um, so hopefully he'll be back by Michigan State because he's going to be out at least for Washington. If he's not back by Michigan State, hopefully he's back by Michigan. I think Taven can help us beat Washington and Michigan State, but you never know. Grant, I trust Signetti having 100% confidence in him, but there's going to be a little bit of a drop off because Rourke has been playing at a Heisman level. I think Taven could play at probably a good starting level quarterback, and that I think that'll be enough to beat both teams. But halftime happens. Um, we go out after the band. Yeah, we do go out after the band. Um, to do halftime. Halftime was fun. Sing 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 was kind of hard on my knee because if you ever seen us do Sing Sing Sing, the trombones have a motion, like have a motion where like we had to bend our knees, go back, and everything. That just didn't really do well for my knee. But halftime happens. Halftime went great. Um, do the flip for IOI. Usually we high step, but I was not high stepping with that with my knee. I was just not gonna do that. I just straight marched it. Um, and then go back to the stands. I go try to get water. My Google Wallet's been really messing up with that. I gotta figure out why, but couldn't get water. Sucks. So that was not fun. But second half happens. Taven dominates. Still, the defense was absolutely fantastic, and IU gets the big win. If you've seen my reaction from yesterday, I'm not gonna go too far into it. Um, but that just is what it is. Um, then post game, we're down on the field for post game doing Sing Sing Sing. So I hop in with the trombones. They're in their arc. We do Sing Sing Sing. Great time. As a member of Kappa Kappa Psi, all the members of Kappa Kappa Psi did the hymn. Took pictures. Really got to have some fun there, and then go back and march back to 100 Hall. Join the trombones in their block for that. That was really fun. And then that was basically that for game day. Um, then we got, and then I got all this stuff typed out for yesterday's episode. Got all that done at Jack's house. Then me, Jack, Gavin, Jack's roommate, Eleanor, and Josh, we all went to Kirkwood. Me, Eleanor, and Josh got Dave's hot chicken, and then Gavin and Jack got Cane's. And we just ate there, and then I went home back to Evansville. And then Sunday morning, I went from Evansville to Nashville. And that was just my weekend essentially in Bloomington. And I missed being in Bloomington. I've been out since like I only went up once in like July or August to go up to Indy for like a Pacers fan event. Not like an actual Pacers event, but like a Pacers fans got together and did an event. But I was only there for like an hour to eat at Buffalo's. Highly recommend if you're ever in Bloomington, Buffalo's. Buffalo's, Mother Bears, any of that local those local restaurants, fantastic. But yeah, I was just having a good time. Got to see all my friends again. Got to see some new trombone members. Got to see some new band members in general. Um, got to rekindle a lot of friendships, and hopefully I get to go back there soon. Like if I'm able to go for the Indiana Purdue game, that would be a dream. That would be awesome. Um, just to be there one last time, as Hamilton fan of me would say. Not as much a Hamilton fan as I used to be in high school. But that is basically it. The alumni band was fantastic to be around. So many people from so many decades of IU history. It's really cool to see. So that's all for today. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe on YouTube, share on all platforms, and ask. And I'll just ask you, what is like if you would ever go to, what game would you want to go to? What dream game between either college or professionals? What dream game would be your game you go to?